Hello everyone and welcome to my series on Team Fortress 2 weapon guides. In this video I will be looking at the Degreaser. As a primary weapon, as a flamethrower, is available to pyro. In this video I will go over the very basics of the weapon, this weapon, and go in a bit more depth about what that means about this weapon. So let's get started. The basic stats on this weapon: 65% faster weapon switch, minus 25% damage penalty, minus 10% damage penalty. Alright, let's talk more about it. So the minus 10% damage penalty, this doesn't make too much of a difference. At point blank, your flamethrower is doing 6 damage per projectile. At its longest distance, it only does approximately 3. It's minus 25% burn damage penalty. Now, through experience, I find that number is not the most accurate. I find that it's actually a 33% afterburn damage penalty, as your afterburn will, instead of doing 3 damage per interval, will only do 2. And everything else is the same, so you'll only do 40 damage in total about when it comes to your afterburn instead of the normal 60. Once again, the afterburn lasts 10 seconds. 4 damage total, 2 damage per interval, so it's twice a second. Then we'll take damage. So anyway, it can air blast for 20 pieces of ammunition once every 750 milliseconds. Where is it? It consumes its rate of fire it consumes 12 pieces of ammunition per second, 12 to 12.5, something like that, and it can fire up to around 22 projectiles per second. Should be noted that one piece of ammunition on a flamethrower can yield 1.8 pieces of projectile fired, and each projectile can cover more than one target, and it goes through buildings. So anyway, this weapon is a part of a set known as the Gas Jockey's Gear, consisting of the Degreaser, the Power Jack, and the Attendant. It's got 10% faster move speed on wearer and on the wearer, so you'll move 10% faster, and you'll have a 10% vulnerability to bullet damage, so you'll take 10% less damage from bullets. Its 10% movement speed is critical when it comes to chasing down engineers, snipers, another pyro, spies. Am I missing something? And it was a pyro, engineer, spy, sniper. Yeah, and it'll put your speed up to on par with the medics. So yeah, helps you chase down classes faster. Now probably the biggest aspect about this weapon: 65% faster weapon switch time. What does this do? It lowers the standard weapon switch time from 670 milliseconds all the way down to 230 milliseconds. What items go well with this set? I would say the reserve shooter, or with either the axe extinguisher or the pulsar pummeler. A common tactic is to light the enemy ablaze with just a little burst of fire, then hit them as fast as possible with a melee weapon that guaranteed does a critical hit. So yeah. If you combine this weapon, if you use the if you use the reserve shooter and the Degreaser together, this will lower your weapon switch time from 670 milliseconds all the way down to 200 milliseconds, which is a big improvement. So yeah, So yeah, it's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. So no, I know there's something else I wanted to say, but I can't think of it at the moment. I probably should have wrote this down. So yeah, this Degreaser is functions very similar to the stock flamethrower, but if you want, you don't really necessarily need a reserve shooter. You could use the stock shotgun and pretend you're a regular pyro. Only difference is you have slightly lower damage, but what you gain is a very fast weapon switch time to get your stock shotgun out in the event you find yourself against an enemy pyro, or you need it for whatever reason, whatever scenario you're in. So yeah, that's another thing you can do. Just stay with the stock shotgun and just use this very high weapon switch time. So yeah. That's all I want to say about this weapon. It's great, starting ammunition 200, no reloads. Alright, so how much video do I have left? Alright, just about a minute 10 seconds. So let's see. So out of all the flamethrowers, with the exception of the Rainbow, I find this functions most similar to the stock, so that's a very good thing. But that's just me. I just have a thing with Vanilla Fortress. So yeah. Anyway, what is it? So yeah, very fast weapon switch times. You could light the enemy ablaze and then suddenly hit them with a melee weapon that guaranteed does crits, or just switch to your secondary weapon really fast. Yeah. Yeah, normal air blast, 20 per shot, 750 millisecond delay from that. Oh, its rate of fire, I believe I already went over, but it was 12 it consumes 12.5 to 12 pieces of ammunition per second, and it fires 22 projectiles within that second. So yeah, I think that's everything. Yep. So once again, I hope you got something out of this video or enjoyed it, and I hope you like, comment, or subscribe. I would really appreciate. Thanks, and I'll talk to y'all later. Yeah, see ya.